I'm pregnant.
Who was the father?
It's Polly Bleecker.
Polly Bleecker? I didn't think he had it in him.
I know, right?
Did you see that coming?
Yeah, but I was hoping she was expelled or into hard drugs.
For a DWI? Anything but this.
I'm Jason Reitman. I'm the director of Juno, and sitting to my right is the brilliant writer of Juno, Diablo Cody.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk to you today a little bit about how this movie came to be.
You're a part-time lover and a full-time friend. The monkey on your back is the latest trend.
Now, Diablo, this is your first screenplay.
Yes.
The voice of Juno seems to be informed by your ability to use the language of the teenage generation that blogs a lot. I mean, how did that affect your writing?
My ease with teen speak just comes from being an exceptionally immature adult. And it might also have some kind of connection to the fact that I spend a lot of time on the internet, and I'm kind of familiar with kids and their vernacular these days.
Yo, yo, yiggity yo. I'm pregnant.
What? Honest blog?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Bleeckers.
Is this for real? Like, for real, for real?
I've taken like 3 pregnancy tests, and I am for shiz up the spout.
Phuket, Thailand.
It's an extremely well-written teenage girl, which is not the easiest thing to find, who is honest but original and just completely devoid of stereotype, which is fantastic.
I did the prep questions for this lab last night, so you can just copy my answers.
I couldn't copy your work.
You copy my work every week.
True. I'm kind of a deadbeat lab partner, and I...
No, I don't mind. I think you definitely bring something to the table.
Charisma.
You could kind of just read the script and be just as satisfied as after seeing the movie. They could just film someone holding the script up to the camera. Diablo's voice makes it more real, and that kind of, hopefully helps you feel more in the moment. You're being really immature.
Because I got bored and had sex with you, and I didn't want to, like, marry you?
Like I'd marry you. You'd be the meanest wife ever, okay? And I know that you weren't bored that day because there was a lot of stuff on TV.
This story actually had a lot of gravity to it. What drew you to this story in particular?
I was trying to think of situations that I hadn't seen in movies before, and I imagined this kind of scrappy, tomboyish little teenage girl, pregnant, sitting across from a pair of uptight yuppies who are basically like auditioning to be the parents of her unborn baby.
Hi, nice to meet you.
This, of course, is Juno.
Like the city in Alaska.
No.
It just seemed like a really awkward situation to me, and we all know that, other people's pain is hysterical. So I figured I'd go for it. I kind of built the whole script around that scene.
Let's talk about how we're gonna do this thing.
What do you mean, don't I just have the thing, squeeze it on out and hand it over? One thing I like about the story, it's not like there's some huge, like, dramatic shift with exploding orchestra music. Nothing is taken too seriously.
Would you look at that?
It's amazing that there's actually saps that cry at this.
What? I'm not made of stone.
Talk a little about the ultrasound scene. I know the first time I read Juno, it was right around page 40 or 45 when there's this scene. I knew I had to direct this movie, otherwise I would regret it for the rest of my life.
Would you like to know the sex?
Yes.
No.
Please,
No,
Juno,
definitely.
please.
No, there's no sex. I want Mark and Vanessa to be surprised, and if you tell me, I'll just, like, ruin everything.
Are Mark and Vanessa your friends at school?
No, they're the adoptive parents.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that.
What's that supposed to mean?
I know that was a big scene for you. What was the impetus for that scene?
Well, I am a stepmother, and the character of Bren, Juno's stepmother, is very important to me, because to me she is a supportive, kind person, and you don't see that depiction of step-parents very often in movies.
What is your job title exactly?
I'm an ultrasound technician, ma'am.
Well, I'm a nail technician, and I think we both ought to stick to what we know.
Allison Janney is so awesome, that you can just feel the entire audience behind her when she's reaming out that poor ultrasound technician.
Oh, you think you're so special because you get to play picture pages up there? My 5-year-old daughter could do that, and let me tell you, she's not the brightest bulb in the tanning bed. So why don't you go back to night school in Mantino and learn a real trade? Jason has very specific idea of how he wants us to be, and he's always telling me to bring it down. I'm like, I can't help how tall I am, Jason. I can't bring it down any further. I mean, the funniest things in life are the simple, real...
We don't even have a dog.
Wait, yeah, we don't have a dog because you're allergic to their saliva. I have sacrificed a lot for you, Juno, and in a couple years when you move out, I'm gonna get Weimar honors.
Whoa, dream big.
Oh, go fly a kite.
You seem to have accuracy in all your portrayals of family. Where do you think that comes from?
I've always admired unconventional families, and I think people have a tendency to romanticize the nuclear family, which you see in the scene where Juno is confronting Mark and she says,
I want things to be perfect. I don't want them to be broken like everyone else's family.
I myself see a lot of beauty in blended families and adoptive families, and so I just thought I would shine a light on that.
It's a functional family. It's not a dysfunctional family, you know? It's not Ozzie and Harriet, but I've never met them in real life.
I need to know that it's possible that two people can stay happy together forever.
The best thing you can do is find a person who loves you for exactly what you are.
She's incredibly competent and smart and together and cool and way beyond her years, and like, she's divine in some way.
My girlfriends tell me that the first couple of months are the hardest.
I didn't notice it at all, actually. I'm more concerned about when they have to put that, like, elastic band, you know, in the front of my jeans.
The amazing discovery of Ellen Page. How did you find this woman?
I, like many people, had seen the movie Hard Candy and was just kind of astonished by how talented this young actress was, and was very much looking forward to meet her. I found myself often trying to catch up with her young intellect and knew immediately, okay, this is Juno, the search stops here.
It really is just about connecting to her and trying to make her way of speech and her dialogue authentic and the relationships authentic, and I just think that comes through when you trust the people you're working with.
Obviously, in casting this movie, it is a very tricky thing. I had some very early thoughts on who should play these characters.
One of the things that he does in general is give people a chance to be an actor and to throw a curveball at the audience and let somebody do something that's not exactly what we expect them to do. Are you having boy trouble? Because I gotta be honest, I don't really much approve of you dating in your condition. That's it's kind of messed up.
No, Dad, it's not.
I mean, that's pretty skanky. Isn't that what you girls call it? Skanky? Skeevy?
Please stop.
Tore up from the floor up?
It's not as weird for me playing the soon-be father as it would be for someone in this situation. It's just kind of a cool thing to get to play. They seem to be getting pregnanter these days.
Are you still gonna think I'm cute when I'm huge?
I always think you're cute. I think you're beautiful.
Jeez, Bleak.
I do.
What is that experience like, showing up on set and seeing these people bring your dialogue to life?
It was incredibly humbling and amazing. With actors that I knew and respected was really surreal and cool.
Hi, Mark Loring. It's always nice to play people who are flawed, whether it's comedic or dramatic, because that's kind of what we like to watch. We like to try to find what people are hiding.
So we have custard and cheesecake.
They're yellow.
Right, well, I wanted to pick something that was gender neutral until we get the baby, and then we can just add a more decisive palette.
Why does everybody think that yellow is gender neutral? I don't know any guy with a yellow bedroom.
Jennifer Garner and Jason Bateman and I all had children within a year of making this film, and I can't help but think that had a profound effect on our relationship with the story.
The tone is something that is very real, is very sort of underplayed. Diablo established that with her script, and Jason certainly hears that and knows how to guide that. You know, I just had a little kid, and so when you compare it to Runny Diapers, it's really a great gig.
How about you, Mark? Are you looking forward to being a dad?
Betcha. Yeah. Every guy wants to be a father. He wants to coach the soccer team and help out with the science fair. The volcano goes off. I don't know. Yeah, all that.
I always was too young to play women, and so I'm glad to be playing, women who have stories to tell.
You're doing a beautiful and a selfless thing for us.
Vanessa's wanted a baby ever since we got married.
I want to be a mommy so badly.
You don't say.
Have you ever felt like you were just born to do something?
Yes. Heating and air conditioning.
There you go. I was born to be a mother. Some of us are.
You could feel that in her performance here. You can kind of feel that obsession with becoming a mother, and in a way that I can't imagine her being able to do had she not had a child. I mean, it felt so personal.
You think you're really gonna do this then?
If I could just have the thing and give it to you now, I totally would, but I'm guessing it looks probably like a sea monkey right now, and you know, we should let it get a little cuter,
Yes.
right?
Great.
Keep it in the oven.
I can imagine how I would feel if I was in that position, and especially now that I have a child, it means even more to me.
I doubt anyone's gonna throw us a shower.
Why wouldn't they throw you a baby shower?
Well, I don't think people know how to feel about the situation because it's not set in stone.
That scene in the mall is an interesting one, and because for me defined how collaborative our relationship was.
Well, how are you feeling?
Great. Everything's stupendous, you know. Oh, coming in on that snooze button.
Could I feel it?
I came to you and I said, I think we need a scene in which we just fall in love with Vanessa, and we talked about the idea of Vanessa feeling the baby kick, and it maybe was a day later or 2 days later that you sent me the scene of Vanessa feeling the baby kick for the first time.
I can't feel anything.
You should try talking to it, because, like, supposedly they can hear you, even though it's all, like, 10,000 leagues under the sea.
And it's now one of the defining moments of the film.
There's more than meets the eye because there is hidden emotion and little lessons that you wouldn't expect.
It seems like the world is your oyster right now. What are you gonna do? What do you want to do?
I'm developing a fragrance.
Yeah.
It's called The World Is My Oyster. It's vaguely fishy. No.
I'll buy it. I'm there. No, I'll wear that.
Actually, after I wrote Juno, it took a couple years to get made, which to me felt like an eternity, and I'm aware now that that's not.
Right.
I've written a lot since then, so I'm just trying to write as much as I possibly can.
Excellent.
So hopefully I'll be popping up.
It's a pleasure speaking to you today and give you a little insight behind this film. Well, I hope you found that Junorific.
When this is all over, we could always get back together.
Were we together?
I don't know if I'm even ready to be a father.
Hey, big puffy version of Junebug. Where you been?
Just out dealing with things way beyond my maturity level.
Your parents are probably wondering where you are.
I mean, I'm already pregnant, so what other kind of shenanigans can I get into?
We won't stop until somebody calls the cops, and even then we'll start again and just pretend that nothing ever happens.